What are you doing, Yes? Are you gonna podcast with me? Or are you gonna sleep? You're so cute, sweetie baby. Hi, welcome to the Reluctant Sisters podcast. My name is Adrienne. I am the Reluctant Knitter, and this is a bi-weekly-ish podcast about mostly knitting. I'm coming to you from Southern Connecticut, where I live with my husband and our Great Dane, Elizabeth Bennett. Where you can find me. So you can find me on Instagram as The Reluctant Knitter, on Ravelry as Reluctant Knitter with no E in the knitter, and we have a podcast group, Ravelry podcast group, The Reluctant Sisters podcast. We have a KAL going on there, so it's really a make-along. Sorry, welcome back. Welcome back to returning viewers, and welcome to new viewers. I hope you like it. If you do, don't forget to subscribe and click the thumbs up. We have a KAL going on. It's really like a make-along, so you can crochet if you'd like, or any other kind of crafting that you can do, But it's the cold weather KAL. You can participate on Ravelry with hashtag RS cold weather KAL. There won't be a, did I say Ravelry? Instagram? I don't even know anymore. This is the third time I'm recording this. I'll get into that in a second. Cold weather KAL. I'm not going to have an Instagram prize, but I would like to, kind of get something going on there so we can kind of like all comment on each other's stuff. So this is going through from January 1st through March 19th, which is the first day of spring. So it's all of our cold weather apparel. So hats, gloves, of any variety, scarves, shawls are included. Because I do wear my shawls like scarves, so those are included. The only thing really not included is socks. So I just have one thread in there right now. So this is a Chatter, Whip, and FO thread. I will pick a prize from that. If we have like a lot of interaction, I'll try to pick 2 prizes. But yeah, so you can post your whips. Whips are included. Did I say that? Whips are included. It doesn't really matter like when you started. I don't even care. It could be like 15 years old. I don't even care. And you don't have to finish your project before the 19th. So just post, let's get some exciting stuff going on in there. Please don't not participate at all in the KAL and then only chatter in the thread for a prize. And please don't like knit like one row and then post it and then, whatever, just use your judgment, I guess. Maybe your judgment would tell you to do that. I feel like, okay. So that's that. So if you have any questions, you can post them down below. All the rules are in the thread. And I don't have a prize yet. So I will have a prize. If you are a maker, dyer, and you'd like to donate a prize, that would be wonderful. But, that's fine. I can scrounge something up. So this is the third time I'm podcasting. So I got a new tripod from Five Below, which is like this cheap store. Everything is $5 or less, which it actually isn't even anymore right now because they have like tech stuff. So like some tech stuff is more than $5. Anyway, I got a cheap like tripod thing and it like kept like slowly like slanting and it was annoying me and it was like irritating me. So I'm like, I'm going to start this over. No, I'm not going to start this over. No, I'm going to start this over. So I finally started it over. And then it kept doing it. I tried a different thing. I tried to duct tape it. It kept doing it. So then I was like, oh, maybe I should just scrap this whole thing, start fresh tomorrow because I'm tired of hearing myself say the same thing over and over again. And then I was like, at one point, I'm like, this is a really terrible episode. Like no one's going to want to watch this. I'm going to get 100 thumbs downs, whatever, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit about thumbs downs. But anyway, that's not what I'm talking about now. So I also was drinking something actually, which I never do because I have Invisalign and I've been in it for about 1.5 years and you can't eat or drink anything with them in except water. So usually when I'm podcasting, I have just water, but I'm like, oh, today I'm going to be super special. I'm going to drink something. I was drinking hot cider. It was delicious. I talked about like the tea bag. So I got these. You might be able to get them online. Is there a Bishop's online? It doesn't matter. There is a, bishopsorchards.com. So this is a local little, it's like a market and they have, they have lots of stuff, but it's like a grocery store. And I was there for something else, and then they had like the impulse buys at the register, and they had this, which is like individual tea bags for hot cider, which is like amazing. So I don't have to keep like, I don't have to make like a huge vat. I'm the only one who drinks it. So I made myself a cup of hot cider. When I was rearranging everything to do this recording, I completely spilled it all over the floor. So now I'm not drinking anything. I think that's it about my having to re-record. What I'm wearing. So I'm wearing my Elton cardigan by Joji Locatelli. I knit this out of Knit Picks Stroll fingering weight in white and Knit Picks Aloft, which is their mohair in white as well. All of my show notes are down below. And I'm sorry that I keep looking down, but I have my notes and I'm really sorry. Okay. So that's what I'm wearing. I knit it in like one size lower than what I normally like the recommended, because she does like a lot of positive ease and I didn't want something with so much positive ease. So yeah, I knit it, I think in a size smaller, but I think I put that on my project page. Anyway, I have some FOs, yo. Okay, so in my previous attempt at recording this, I talked about the elephant in the room last, but maybe I should talk about it first. The elephant in the room is actually not an elephant at all. It's teeny tiny, and it's the bane of my existence. This is Baby Yoda. So this is Baby Yoda amigurumi. Is that how you say it? Amigurumi? Maybe if I say it real fast, it won't sound wrong. And this is by Larissa Mased at Be Friends Crochet. It is a free pattern on Ravelry. So in my last episode, I talked all about Baby Yoda, and there was this woman who came up with this Baby Yoda pattern, and everybody's going like berserko over it. 2 days after the article was written, you couldn't find the pattern anywhere. And it said in the article that you could get it on Ravelry, but you can't. And then she had knit one and she was selling it on eBay. I actually didn't even check, but it was like up to like $300 or something ridiculous. So I'm like, whatever. So my sister found this pattern on Ravelry. Like I said, it's free. And I was over her house and she was like, I think I have all the stuff to knit it. And I was like, do you really? Or crochet it, I'm sorry. And I was like, do you really? So she gave me all of the stuff to crochet it. So I did. It was horrible. I hate crocheting stuffies. I like the way they look. I love the way they look, but this is my first ever crocheted stuffy. So it's like worsted weight yarn on the teeniest, tiniest hook. And it was horrible. It hurt my hands. Every single stitch hurt my hands except the robe. The robe didn't. So you can actually take the robe off and get little baby naked Yoda. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I think the only fair way is to sell it to the highest bidder. No, I'm just kidding. That joke was funnier the first time I said it in my first attempt at whatever recording. I don't want it. I don't really care about Baby Yoda. I mean, I watched The Mandalorian and I really like the show, and Baby Yoda's cute for sure. Cute. I don't care. Like, he's not like the cutest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. And he doesn't really have a lot of expressions. And I mean, maybe if he laughed more, he would be way cuter, but he's just kind of like gurgly. And I mean, he's cute, but I don't care. Whatever. I don't really care. So we actually had friends over for a pajama party, and my friend, she's not a knitter or crafter, but was obsessed with it. And she was like, I'll pay you for it. And I'm like, you can just have it. If you really want it, you can just have it. And she was like, I will pay you. I will pay you. I have money. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, whatever. You could just have it. It's fine. And then she left without taking it. So I texted her and I was like, you left without taking Baby Yoda. And she goes, I can't remember what she said. She was like, I couldn't bear it. I felt so bad taking it. I don't even know. Whatever. So now I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But I hated it. And I don't want to keep him because it just reminds me of how horrible it was. Anyway, that's Baby Yoda. I have another finished object. It is my faded beanie. This is by Savannah Owens. It is a free pattern. I knit the, is it the So Faded? Sorry, I'm just gonna kind of look. Is it So Faded pullover? Or is it, oh my gosh, seriously? Where is this thing? Nope. Nope. There it is. So Faded. So Faded Pullover by Andrea Mowry. And I knit it out of cat sandwich fiber. And I loved it. I loved it so much. And I had some left over and I'm like, what can I do with this yarn? Because I'm like just so obsessed with it. So I was looking at hats and stuff, and I did want to make a hat that had mohair in it because I had this mohair. So this is a homespun house kid mohair silk in the sandcastle colorway. I did buy this for a previous project. It didn't end up being like the perfect color like I thought it was going to be, so I had a skein of it. I really loved it with the cat sandwich fiber, so I'm like, what can I do with this? So I knit this. So it is you do a provisional cast on with a folded brim. This is not written to be held with mohair, so I cast on the stitches and stuff, but then it ended up being too big, so I took it out and I took 8 stitches out because I think it's like multiples of 8 for the decreases. So I took 8 stitches out, and it's still like a teensy bit big, but I didn't want to take 8 more stitches out. I thought it would be too small. So let me see if I can put this on for you. It is called the So Faded Beanie, but it's definitely not a beanie. It's like super slouchy. And I've worn it a few times. It is very warm. I put a faux fur pom-pom on it, and I really like it. So I'm super happy with it. Like I said, it is a little bit big. If it was a little snugger, it'd be a little more comfortable, but it's not too bad. So yeah, I've worn it to New York on cold days. And I really like it. Okay, so my next FO is another hat. This is it's a test knit for my sister Amy. She's Flower Babies 3. She designed this hat, the Behave hat. So I knit it up. This is out of Knit Pick Swish Worsted in the copper colorway. I knit this on US size 3 for the ribbing and US size 5 for the hat. It did come out small, so it is like a child size. I think she said she did another repeat in hers, but it is even small this way. So I'm going to take measurements on it and put it on the project page pre-blocking, and then I'm going to block it and take measurements again, just so we have it. And then she'll probably make some adjustments to the pattern for some adult sizes, and I may test knit it again, but yeah. So I think it's really cute. So she's doing kind of like a little bit of a line, I think, of like honeycomb kind of patterns. I knit another one for her. Did I do a project page for that? It was it's probably way down here because I didn't have, yeah, it was the He'll Be My Honeybee hat. So it was like different cabling, like bigger and smaller and whatever. So anyway, so that's that. So we'll see. And then I think I have a young kid that I think might like it. I hope it fits after blocking. So we'll see. So that's my last FO. I'm going to take this off too. Okay. So I have some whips. I think I'm just going to, these are in no particular order. I'm just going to reach down and talk about them. So this is a sockhead slouch hat. This is in a project bag made by my sister Sarah. So this is knit from Mondim yarn. It's a Portuguese yarn. It's 100% Portuguese wool. My friend went to Portugal and very generously bought me a skein of yarn, and I love the color. So it is a sock weight, but I didn't want to knit socks out of it because I have lots of socks, although now I'm looking at them and lots of them are really pilled, so I probably should knit a few more. But I just really love the color, so I wanted it to be something that I could see, like, you know, would be out in the open. So I'm knitting this, although now I'm a little nervous about it because it is a little more rustic. It's kind of a little scratchy, so I hope it doesn't bother my head too much. But this is, I'm knitting this just to pattern. So it's 4 inches of brim and then I think 9 inches for the crown or top of the hat, whatever. This little stitch marker is from, I have like a hair knit into it, is from Charmed and Dangerous. I love this little knit marker, Progress Keeper. I bought this at VKL in New York last year in January. VKL's coming up again, but I'm not going. And then my beginning of round is from Bead Passion on Etsy, and it's a little octopus sushi. So I'm knitting this on 16-inch fixed circulars. They're my ChowGoos. I love ChowGoos. They're 2.5, US 2.5, so it's a 3.0 millimeter. That's it. That's all I have to say about that. My next whip is my All of the Lights cardigan by Hoagie Locatelli. I'm just gonna put this over here. I've made some good progress on this, but there's like 15,000 charts on it. So it is something that I kind of need like a good chunk of time to make some progress on it. It's not something I pick up and just knit one row of, but I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying it a lot. So this is All of the Lights. I already said that. I'm knitting this out of Miss Babs. Actually, I have a skein here. Miss Babs. It is a Yowza DK weight. And I got this at Rhinebeck this year. And it's in the Mother Earth colorway. So this is how far I've gotten. So I think when I last showed you, I had like this like shoulder piece or something. So I've joined it. I've done my like increases, my shaping, shoulder shaping, whatever it is. I've done my increases. So this is the front. This is the back. I really love it. The yarn is so squishy and soft. I really, really love the color. So I have the sleeves on hold. I really love all of the cabling. There's like a texture, she calls it texture here. See that? Oh, I just really love it. And it's like, feels good on my hands. So I am knitting these on my Licca Interchangeables US size 6, 4.0 millimeter. Yeah, is that it? I think that's it. I really like it. I'm really enjoying it. This is in a bag, a tote bag. I don't have any sweater size project bags, so I usually just use tote bags for my sweaters. And this is a gift a friend got for me. Proud to be a knitter. I love it. So that's that. I'm thirsty now, and I really wish I had my hot cider. Next whip. This is in my little Rhinebeck project bag my sister made for me and my friend and herself when we went to Rhinebeck this year. It's vanilla socks for my husband. So I'm knitting these out of Mustache Yarns, Perfect Sock Self-Striping. It is in the Dark Side of the Moon colorway, and it is 80/20 superwash merino nylon. So this is just self-striping, plain knitting, whatever. It serves its purpose, and I am enjoying it. I'm knitting these on my 40-inch fixed circulars, ChowGoo. I love, like I already said I love ChowGoo, but I really love ChowGoo socks, sock needles, whatever. I think this is a US size 1, 2.25. I don't even know why I'm looking. This little Progress Keeper from Rhinebeck, Trinkles, Rhinebeck, is where I was last time. So I just pick it up whenever I have a few minutes and I just want to knit on something that, you know, is mindless. So that's that. I think it's 72 stitches with a Judy's Magic cast on for the toe. 2 at a time, toe up, magic loop. That's what I do a lot. And then I go to New York like twice a month. So this is like train knitting, and sometimes I bring that, sometimes I bring my hat. My last whip is, my last whip is a crochet project. So this is my Fireside gingham Afghan. This is by Donna Baranti, and it's sold on Knit Picks. It's actually a free pattern, but I'm crocheting this out of, I got the kit from Knit Picks, so it comes with the pattern and all of the yarn that you need, and also enough yarn to make a pillow for it. I don't think I'm gonna make the pillow, but That's what it comes with. It is Knit Picks Brava Sport. I only have 2 of the yarns listed, but there's clearly 3 colors. Let's see. Where's my hole for my, oh, there it is. Okay. So, Knit Picks Brava Sport. This color is called Wine. This is red, and this is black. I know, very original. So the little pizza stitch marker, or progress keeper, can you see it? It's so cute. Is from Sucre Miniatures. And I also got that. I got that at Needles Up Rhinebeck, this year. So that's where I was last time I saw you. So it's just like a twin size. I think it's twin width. But I don't have I don't have like a twin bed in my house. So I think I'm just going to use it on the couch for like a little lap blanket. So there you go. I'm really enjoying it. I'm crocheting this on a size F hook. I think that's it. So it is an advanced pattern, or an intermediate. It's called intermediate pattern, I think, because it's the color work. But I've said this before, it really is just one stitch you need to know how to do. And then the color work is really, really easy. So, I mean, I think I'm a beginner. I'm 100% a beginner. This is the first thing I've ever crocheted, and I'm not having any problem with it at all. So if you've never crocheted before and it's fun, it's better. Like, I don't really love crocheted stuff. It's like not my favorite look. So I really have no desire to do like a crochet blanket or anything like that. Or crocheted garments, like a granny straight blanket or granny square doesn't move me. So if you're like that, but you want to try crocheting, this is a good pattern. Like I said, it's not hard at all. It's one stitch and the color work is very, very easy. So this is in my New Jersey wool walk bag that my sister and my mother got for me when they went to the New Jersey wool walk. Is that it for whips? That is it for whips. Isn't that enough? Man, I've been knitting up and crocheting up a storm, I guess. Okay, so I do have some procurements. I did not purchase these myself, but my sister bought these for me, and my mother, I guess, too, at Driftwood. It is a yarn shop, a local yarn shop in Groton, Connecticut. Should I take the price tag off? I can't really take it off, but whatever. Sorry. So they got me 2 skeins of yarn. One is, I think they're both Malabrigo Rios. So it's 100, it's pure merino superwash, 100 grams for 210 yards. I think it's a worsted. I think it's a worsted weight. So this one is 211 Syrah grapes. And this one is 886 Diana. So there you go. So I'm pretty excited. I don't know what to do with this, but I really like it and it's very soft. So thank you. Thanks, Mom and Sarah. So I think that's my only procurements. Real talk is next, but I don't really have like a real talk, but I mentioned earlier about thumbs down. I don't really understand the point of thumbs downing a YouTube video. Like, really. Maybe if you've thumbs down, or maybe you've thumbs down me, you can tell me if you have. I don't care. I usually get like 1 thumbs down on videos. First, so I get the point of thumbs up because, you know, like whatever, it makes you more visible or whatever. So I thumbs up videos that I like. I try to support that. But the thumbs down is like, what's the point of that? You don't like it. Okay, cool. Then don't watch it. Then don't watch any more of it. Like, do you have to tell everyone, like, I don't like this video? I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And if you have like I hated your video because, and you want to put that in the comments, like, that's cool too. Like, at least you have, like, at least you're saying why, if it's some sort of constructive thing, even if it's not constructive thing. Like, I'm not up for like super stupid bashing for no reason. Like, I hate your face, but like, if you're like, listen, I hate the way that you talk because it's way too fast and gives me a headache. Like, cool. I mean, I would never do something like that because I don't care enough, but like, that makes more sense to me than like, I don't like your video, but I'm not going to tell you why or who I am. Like, I don't like your video so much that I'm hoping that this will prevent other people from seeing your video. Because if I'm correct in thinking that thumbs up makes you more visible, thumbs down might make you less visible. Is that correct? Like, if you get a ton of thumbs downs, like, they'll stop recommending you. But like, I don't like you, and I don't want anyone else to watch you either. But I'm not going to tell you who I am or why I don't like you. It just doesn't make any sense to me. If you're a habitual thumbs downer, just tell me. Tell me what's up with the thumbs down, man. I don't get it. I just don't get it. And who's the one person? Is it literally one new person every single time they watch my video? Like, it's a new person every time that doesn't like my video? Out of the 300 or whatever, I don't even get like a ton of views, but like each time I post, there's a new person who doesn't like it? Or is it the same person watching me not liking me? Then stop watching me. I highly doubt I'm getting recommended for you. Like, if you thumbs down me, you probably aren't a subscriber. Why would you subscribe and thumbs down me? Unless you're just really mean. Like, I hate this person, so I'm going to subscribe and watch and thumbs down every video. And I'm not even trying to like call out that person necessarily. Like, that's not how this started. It just started with the, like, what's even the point of the thumbs down? But now I'm still not calling you out. I don't really care if you do want to tell me or not. I just don't get it. I'm just so confused. It doesn't take very much to confuse me. It's confusing. It's a confusing process for me. I've never in my life thumbs down a video. I've stopped watching a video. I've told someone else that I hated that video. You should watch it because I hate it. And that's okay. Like, that's okay. Not everybody has to like me. Like, I'm not expecting everyone to like me. But like, I've never in my life, like, I don't like this. Thumbs down. It's interesting. So interesting. I'm going to thumbs down this. I'm going to thumbs down Baby Yoda. Thumbs down, Baby Yoda. I don't hate Baby Yoda. I just don't get why he's so, like, everyone's obsessed with Baby Yoda. And I certainly hated crocheting Baby Yoda. Okay. What I'm watching knitting, I'm going to be completely and totally honest with you. I really have not been watching a ton of podcasts because, first of all, there haven't even been a lot of podcasts because it's Vlogmas season. Second of all, even though I don't do Vlogmas, they're like my two faithfuls that I did watch their Vlogmas. So I watched Cat Lady and I watched Flame and Fiber. But I can't say that I've really watched any like new podcasts. So yeah. So if you have a podcast, if you're new, I actually did watch a couple of new ones, but they just had one episode, like they're brand new. So I'm going to wait and see. And I can't even remember them right now because I didn't subscribe right away. So I don't even know why I'm even mentioning it. But anyway, if you have a podcast and you have less than 500 subscribers and you want me to check it out, I'll check it out and I'll mention you on my podcast. So there, or if you have one that you really love that you would like to get a little more exposure, let me know and I'll check it out and I'll mention it. You can just put it in the comments down below and I'll check it out. Not that I'm like the whatever end all be all, but just let me know, suggest it, because I like new podcasts. I like checking out people. I like supporting smaller followings. So yeah. And I had like in my first podcast back after a really long time, I talked about it. So there you go. What I'm not watching non-knitting. Okay. Well, I was watching Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, and I got about halfway through season 2 until on the 31st, Amazon Prime no longer had it. Super irritated with it. Sorry, let me just do this. So what's up with that, dude? Is it going to come somewhere else? Am I going to ever be able to finish this? I'm heartbroken. I really was enjoying it a lot. Anyway, what I am watching though is Lost in Space. So the third season or second season of Lost in Space is out on Netflix right now. I like it. I really like it. I never watched like the original one or anything, but my husband did. So I think he's enjoying watching it too because of that. This last episode we watched, I think it was episode 6 of the newest season. I think it's just 2. I really did. There was like a lot of things about it that was like super irritating to me. Not super irritating. I just didn't like it. But then there was like this scene where they were going to get the four of them were going to get blown into space, and they got into this like cooler. It wasn't like a cooler, but it was like a storage unit thing that was like climate controlled, and they got blown, and then they got rescued. Oh my God, that part was so good. And I had to say, like, specifically to my husband, like, that redeemed the entire episode. Like, that was really cool. I really enjoyed that part. Watch it, Lost in Space. What I'm listening to, okay, we're going to talk about this a little bit too. So get ready, buckle up. I'm listening to an audiobook, The Devil in the White City. Sorry, I can't remember who it's by. Could I figure it out? I don't know. Could I figure it out right now on my books? Do I have books on here? Okay, so what had happened was, sorry, guys. Yeah, Eric Larson. The Devil in the White City by Eric Larson. Murder, Magic, and Madness at the Fair That Changed America. I went to a wedding, a coworker's wedding, and everybody who she worked with was there. And I sat with my other coworker and her husband, and we were talking about like murder podcasts and like the obsession right now with like serial killers and stuff, and you know, whatever, millennials love murderers. And he was like, you should read, if you're super into that, you should read The Devil in the White City. It's so good. It's about H.H. Holmes, who was a serial killer in Chicago at the same time as the World's Fair. So he let me borrow the book, which I didn't read because I'm not a big reader. I'm a listener to books because I like to multitask. I don't just sit down and just read. So I read like a couple of pages, but I was like, I'm just not getting through this book. So then I was like, well, let me see if it's on Hoopla. So because I borrow books on Hoopla, audiobooks, and it wasn't. So it's on like iBooks, whatever. And I think it was like $17.99. So I've had this aversion to like purchasing books and audiobooks because I only read things one time or listen to things one time, even though like movies I'll watch like a million billion times. I'll buy a movie, but I won't buy a book. So I was like, well, what is my big aversion? It's intellectual property. I mean, this person spent a ton of time on it, as long as or more time than a movie. So I should just pay people for their work, right? Okay, so stop being stingy. You know, books, you have the money, like whatever, you're not destitute, so just purchase the book. Okay, so I purchased the book. I hate this book. I hate it. I don't even know what the reviews are on this book. I should look it up. It doesn't matter. I hate this book. Now, it has not nearly enough murder and way too much World's Fair. Like, if I wanted to read a history book about the World's Fair, I would love it. I would absolutely love this book. It's like all about the World's Fair. Hardly anything about H.H. Holmes. So because it's an audiobook, I can only give it to you in like minutes. So it'll be like 20 minutes of like World's Fair propaganda and then like 2.5 minutes of H.H. Holmes. They will go into absolute depth, complete and total detail about the flowers that were picked for the landscaping of the World's Fair. And then the next chapter will be like, H.H. Holmes had this wife and they moved and they went bike riding. And then it would be back to the World's Fair. Like, okay. Also, there's absolutely no connection between H.H. Holmes and the World's Fair other than the fact that he lived in Chicago too and he had a hotel there. That was it. It's not even like he went to the World's Fair to like scope out victims. I don't even know. I'm over halfway done in this book. I don't even know if he's even been to the World's Fair yet. Like, it's crazy. I just don't understand how you can say, maybe I'm missing it. But how would I do that? How would I zone out during the parts that I know that I would be interested in and then like really listen to the parts that I'm not interested in? So I'm like, maybe I'm missing it. Maybe I'm missing like all of the stuff about him. But like, have you read it? Am I completely misjudging this book? whatever. If you want to read a book about the World's Fair, I bet you'll love it because it's like super detail oriented about the World's Fair. And it was like all of this build up too to the World's Fair, like all of this build up of like the competition with the Eiffel Tower and and then looking for the venue, and then the heat and the weather and the cold, and then all the problems that were going on with it, and then the architects and the blah 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 blah. Like I don't even know, is the World's Fair even open? I'm like totally confused about this book. Like. So I haven't even listened to it in a while. But now I'm like, I should listen to it and just plow through it. I bought it. I should just finish it. I am not enjoying this book. That's what I'm reading, listening to. Whatever. Is that it? I think that's it, man. Did this actually happen for me? Did I actually third time finish this podcast? What? I can't believe it. And there goes the phone again. I never answer my work phone because it's literally just telemarketers. Okay, guys. So thanks so much. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. I hope it wasn't too crazy. I hope I wasn't too cranky too about Baby Yoda and about spilling my cider. Sad I spilled my cider. You know, eating and drinking stuff is a commitment when you have Invisalign. And they talk about, here's another real talk for you. They talk about Invisalign is like easier and so much more convenient for your daily life and you can take it out. Okay, so yes, you can take it out. Great. And it's better than like adult braces. Like that can be hard, I guess, right? Being like 30 something years old and in braces. Okay. So the recommended wear time for Invisalign is 22 hours a day. Okay. So when they tell you it'll be 2 years, that's 2 years of wearing it, 22 hours a day. And normally I am really, really good, like really good about them. So that allots you 2 hours to eat 3 meals. Okay. So not only that, but you also have to floss and brush your teeth and brush your Invisalign before you put them back in after eating. So to take them out and eat, it better be worth it, is what I'm trying to say. For me anyway, because I'm not going to take my Invisalign in and out for a snack, for a drink, for coffee, like, because then I'm like, well, I don't want to brush my teeth 30 minutes after, like, whatever. I want to eat and I want to be done and I don't want to take these things out again for nothing, right? So to take them out and to enjoy a cup of hot cider is really kind of a big deal. And the fact that I spilled it all over everywhere is making me sad and not a little bit angry. Anyway, so Invisalign is not really the most convenient thing in the whole wide world, just so you know. And I've been to sporting events where I've like had to debate, like, okay, do I take my Invisalign out and have the snack? Do I leave it out for 2 hours and then it's like that much less progress? Do I not take it out at all and watch everyone drink beer and have French fries and pretzels and hot dogs and then sit here with my Invisalign in and be like, well, at least my teeth are straight? Like, not that I wouldn't have done it if I had known all this, because I did kind of know it. I'm just telling you, it's not all it's cracked up to be, okay? I might rather have metal braces because then, I mean, you are supposed to brush and floss after you eat everything, but it's not like, you know, whatever. Anyway, that's it. Sorry for that little tangent at the end. That's it. I had a good time. I didn't really. It was all right. It was fine. I didn't have a bad time. Don't thumbs down me because I said I had a bad time, okay? Or thumbs down me. I don't even care. Bye. Sorry. Bye. So hard to say goodbye in these things. Goodbye.